Have you ever heard of the Curse of the Pharaohs? That ancient tale of doom following anyone who disturbs the final rest of Egyptian kings. It's a story that has captivated us for generations. But did you know that halfway across the world, hidden deep within the jungles of Central America, a similar, perhaps even more chilling legend exists? This is the story of the curse of the Mayan Tombs. For centuries, the magnificent stone cities of the Maya lay shrouded in mystery, swallowed by relentless jungle growth. Tikal, Palenque, Chichen Itza. These were once bustling metropolises, centers of science, art, and spirituality. But around the 9th century, this brilliant civilization collapsed, leaving behind silent pyramids and whispers of powerful kings who ruled not just in life, but from beyond the grave. Our story begins with the intrepid explorers and archaeologists who, in the 19th and 20th centuries, braved snakes, insects, and suffocating humidity to rediscover these lost cities. They weren't just searching for gold or treasure. They were seeking knowledge, a key to unlock the secrets of the Maya. But as they began to unearth the sacred burial chambers of Mayan rulers, a string of unsettling events began to unfold. One of the most famous accounts centers on the tomb of the great ruler Kayanich Janab Pakal, or Pakal the Great, at Palenque. In 1952, after years of painstaking work, Mexican archaeologist Alberto Ruiz Lulier finally broke through to the burial chamber. The sight was breathtaking, a massive, intricately carved sarcophagus lid weighing several tons. But shortly after this monumental discovery, a series of misfortunes struck the team. Several members fell gravely ill with mysterious fevers, while others experienced freak accidents on site. Locals whispered that the spirit of Pakal was angered that the archaeologists had disturbed his eternal slumber and unleashed his protective curse. Then there's the legend surrounding the tomb at Zunantunich in modern-day Belize. It's said that a beautiful Mayan woman with fiery red eyes haunts the main pyramid, El Castillo. She is believed to be a guardian spirit, and those who have tried to plunder the tombs within its structure have reported sudden, violent illnesses, equipment malfunctions, and a paralyzing sense of being watched. Some have fled the site in terror, never to return. So, is this curse real, or is it just a collection of spooky coincidences? Skeptics offer very logical explanations. The ancient Mayan tombs were sealed for over 1,000 years. When opened, they could release dormant and potentially dangerous fungi, bacteria, and spores into the air. The mysterious illnesses could have been severe respiratory infections, like histoplasmosis, which is caused by a fungus found in bat guano, a common resident of ancient caves and ruins. Furthermore, the jungle itself is a hazardous environment. Venomous snakes, poisonous plants, and treacherous terrain were, and still are, constant threats. It is easy to see how a series of unfortunate but natural accidents could be woven together into a narrative of supernatural revenge. The human mind loves patterns, and when we expect a curse, we tend to find one connecting unrelated events into a sinister plot. But the Maya themselves might have a different perspective. Their worldview was deeply intertwined with the spiritual realm. Inscriptions found on tombs often contain dire warnings. For example, a text from a tomb at Comalculco reads, "He who enters here will die." For the Maya, these weren't just dramatic threats, they were sacred pronouncements. Kings were seen as divine beings, intermediaries between the mortal world and the gods. Their tombs were not just graves. They were sacred portals, and to desecrate one was to invite the wrath of the entire cosmos. Consider the famous Red Queen of Palenque. Discovered in a chamber next to Pakal's tomb, her body was covered in bright red cinnabar powder. Cinnabar is mercury sulfide, a highly toxic substance. Anyone handling the remains or inhaling the dust without proper protection would surely suffer from mercury poisoning, leading to severe health problems or even death. Was this a deliberate, chemical booby trap? A form of ancient biowarfare designed to protect the tomb? Or was it purely for ritualistic purposes, with the toxicity being a secondary, albeit effective, consequence? The line between ritual and practical defense becomes wonderfully blurred. These stories force us to ask a fascinating question. What truly defines a curse? Is it a magical hex cast by a long-dead king? Or is it the predictable physical consequence of ignoring ancient warnings and disrespecting a sacred space? Perhaps the curse is the environment itself, the deadly molds, the toxic minerals, the dangerous landscape, all working in concert to protect what the Maya held most dear. The real magic might be the Maya's profound understanding of their natural world, an understanding they used to create a defense system that has outlasted their empire by a millennium. Today, archaeologists work with extreme caution. They use respirators, hazmat suits, and advanced technology to study these sites safely. They approach the tombs not as conquerors, but as respectful guests, seeking to learn from the past, not to plunder it. They understand that whether the curse is supernatural or scientific, the danger is very real. The warnings of the ancient Maya still echo through the jungle, a testament to their power and wisdom. The curse of the Mayan tombs remains a captivating blend of history, science, and folklore. It reminds us that there are still places in the world where the past is not truly dead, where ancient kings still command respect, and where the jungle keeps its secrets fiercely guarded. The next time you see a picture of a magnificent Mayan pyramid, remember the stories hidden within its stone wall, stories of power, divinity, and a warning that echoes through the ages. Let the sleeping gods lie. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of the Mayan mystery. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. See you next time.